Well, hello. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, sir.
Well, hello. How art thou? Top of the morning to well, it's not top of the morning. Top of the
It's
afternoon and
not the.
evening to you. Top of the evening for you. There we go.
Hey, everybody. We have a special treat today. We are going to be interviewing one of the stars of Chasing Dallas. He is a member of the rookie crew this year. So, we definitely look forward to talking to the new faces down to Chasing Dallas. If you saw last night's episode, baby, we have some things to talk about. So we are going to bring Sean up without further ado. Hey,
Hello, good
Sean.
evening, everybody.
Hey,
Hey, oh, I'm
Uh-oh.
so
Uh-oh.
excited.
My sister's joined. Hey, Ed.
the
Hello.
Young Living Book Committee is here.
Oh God. I'm gonna
Sean,
act right.
are you reviews? Have you watched her reviews or familiar with her?
Yes, I love every look. I love
And her
everybody
page,
that
right?
reviews the show. I love it. Like y'all be spot on. Y'all be giving me really good critiques, and hey, I just can't wait for y'all to continue to see the season and as I progress, throughout the season. So I'm super happy for it.
No
I was
problem.
good to you this week. I was good to you this week, Sean. I was really good to you this week.
Oh, see, I'm happy. I'm glad.
Oh
Listen,
man.
before we get into that, let me just do this. So earlier this week, El Teddy and myself, we had you over on our other channel, the Teacher Project 2.0. So I'm just going to run down a little bit of your background and your credentials, and then anything you want to add, because we ain't gonna waste time on what we
Right.
already know. So
Mhm.
Sean is very accomplished in his 25 young years. Okay, he has 2 degrees, including a master's of education. He's a former full-time classroom teacher, but has also worked for Stacey Abrams and Raphael Warnock, and have an echo. Who's echoing?
Cory Booker.
Mhm.
Cory
Cory Booker.
Booker.
Mhm.
So he has experience working on Capitol Hill here in DC. He's worked in schools down in Georgia and is now currently working on the district level. I don't know who that is. That me? Who has the echo? Abby, is that you with the echo, boo?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it's me. I'll mute
Am I the only? Do
myself to
y'all hear
make
the
Is
echo?
sure.
it me? It might be me. Is it me?
It might be you, Sean. Hold on, mute yourself. Let me see. Okay, so maybe it's me. All right, hold on. I'm gonna unmute everybody one at a time. Hold on. Abby, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. El Teddy, unmute yourself.
I'm unmuting myself.
Okay, Sean. Okay, unmute yourself. Hello.
Mhm.
Testing. Yeah, I think it is you, Sean. It's okay. Just mute yourself when you're not. Just I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Okay.
it is you.
Or I can
Yeah,
just
it
put in
is.
my. I got my headphones today.
Okay, put your headphones in. Yeah, put your headphones in. So while he's doing that, while he's doing
Abby,
that, I'll
did
just
you do
continue.
your review yet? I haven't seen your review yet,
I
Abby.
it's uploading as we speak. I just finished
Okay.
it. That's what
Okay,
took
good,
me
good,
so
good.
long.
Yeah, so Sean is very accomplished, and like I said, now he works on the district level. So he's originally from Atlanta, Georgia. He went to Albany State, right? El Teddy, Albany State,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he moved to Dallas recently for a job opportunity. So I'm just giving you guys the 411 because we want to dig deep into what's going
I
on
will
as
say,
much as
I will say,
change.
really be and myself when we interview. Shout out, shameless plug for Teacher Project 2.0. Please go and subscribe to Teacher Project 2.0. Watch the interview. It was an awesome interview. Me, really be, and Sean had a great time talking all things education. If you have not gone to watch that video, please go after this interview right now and watch that video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, share the video out because a lot of great information came from that. But what I will say, what I was going to interject and say really be is that even when we were 25, really be we and I think we talked a little bit about this on Teacher Project 2.0. we were not yet as accomplished as working down. Did I work at? No, I wasn't working down at the district at 25 when I was young, spry teacher trying to. I think I started teaching at 25, so I knew I wasn't down at the district then, back when the world was in black and white and such. Even though really don't say nothing really because you was back in the days when the world was on cave drawings.
My God, one time. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
And
And
you know
he know
what?
that I will put,
I
and he
really
know
do
what I'll
appreciate.
do.
She's so mean
Sean,
to me,
don't make him
Sean.
know it's
Sean, as mean as you think I am to you all on this show, really B is exponentially as mean to me whenever I'm on her platform.
Oh,
She's
we're
so
live
mean to me.
today? Oh my God. Okay.
exactly. Now we just
Well,
gonna lie. So, Sean, we talked about how you got to Dallas, that you moved to Dallas for a job opportunity, but what made you decide to want to be a part of chasing reality, chasing Dallas? What made you decide that you wanted to get involved with that?
To be very honest, like, as y'all stated, I really been always about education. I always put that, at the forefront of everything. And so, moving to Dallas, this is my first time not being, having to obtain a degree. I'm just working and I don't have a lot of friends or I don't have family at all in Dallas. So I had more time on my hands and I saw that the opportunity had came about and I was like, okay, what would I be chasing? And I just knew like a passion for myself. I always like to talk about things, political wise and things like that. And I could have definitely said that I wanted to chase that as well, but that is something like that's my career and I'm really good at that. I really wanted to hone in on, something a little bit more different, like a different skill or trait. And I felt like, fashion, I know a little bit about fashion as far as like the basics, but not like anything like, all right, I know how to like just style, put people in clothes. That's not me, but I definitely can tell you where did this piece come from, the history behind this piece, because that's just who I am as a person. I'm a history buff. So I wanted to blog about those things and just some tricks and tips on how to get the expensive items for a lower cost. So yeah.
Well, now that makes a lot of sense. What you just said really makes a lot of sense, Sean. You said, listen, I could have easily done a political blog or something dealing with history, but that's my career, and I wanted to explore something that is more passion. Now we've been giving you a hard time about this fashion blog, but that makes a lot of sense. Go ahead, El Teddy.
And with that being said,
oh
we
God.
have drugged you with reckless abandon about these here for fashion. And I know that certain things may come easy to you. Teaching may come easy to you. Politics may come easy to you. But in the fashion world, it's a whole different ballgame. And baby, we done gave you the blues. We done drugged you. We done called you everything but a child of God. How does
For
it
yourself.
how does it feel when you're in a place where you have these harsh critiques and you may not necessarily be used to being criticized so harshly about something that you do because you've been very successful in
Mhm.
all of your other professional endeavors? What does that feel like, and what do you have to say to those of us who be dragging you with reckless abandon? Because they might talk about you, because I'm telling you, they're gonna watch this video and they're gonna watch you have on this loud yellow neon yellow sweater, and baby, the people are gonna say something. I'm just telling you what the people gonna say. So tell me what do you how does that feel, and what do you have to say to your critics?
Well, what I would tell them is with this yellow sweater that I have on, I also have, some bedazzles on it, but it's actually Jisoo Woo. So it is, a former LGBTQ, designer. And, I like to pay homage to, my community. And that's actually for the people who are, I guess, like fashion gurus or, who have a lot to say about fashion. If they hone in on everything that I wore, it has been designed, curated, or it came from a fashion designer that is a part of the community that created these pieces. And also, that, you know, gave me some insight or that poured into me in a way. So if you continue to watch throughout the season, from like confessionals, from like pieces that I wore, like if you really like zoom in, stop, click, screenshot, and snap it, you'll know exactly where it came from. So it's not like I'm hiding that. And still, even with, you know, the people that's giving me the harsh critiques and everything, I really appreciate it, because at the end of the day, I never said that I'm experienced. I have a resume in the fashion industry that could choke somebody up by their skin, and I can go get a seat front row at a fashion, you know, show. I never said that. I said I'm up and coming. I'm ready for the critiques, and you know, if it can make my career better, then I'm definitely here for it. And I also know everyone doesn't have the same fashion taste as me. I know everybody is from so many different areas. I'm more of a fast fashion type of person, so it's like if I see it in Neiman, Saks, wherever, I'm quick to how can I obtain this item, because I know I have the resources to go and buy it. Versus someone else, they might thrift it, they might flea market it, or they might find a dupe, or they might go to, you know, H&M and find something, a knockoff that looks similar to it. I could actually go in the store and buy the real thing. So, you know, that's just my thing. Whether it's ugly on me or whether it's look good on me.
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna translate what that baby just said. Bitch,
Oh,
I can afford whatever the fuck I want to put on, and if you don't like
and
it,
you bitches
well,
ain't
that's just
shit.
too goddamn bad.
Right, and you bitches ain't shit. Basically, what it said is you are
He
broke
said,
ass
I can
hoes.
afford it when you looking for the knockoffs, baby. I got the original in my closet. Listen, Sean, and I get it. It was new. Maybe you were a little nervous. You were meeting people for the first time. But I really feel like if you had hit them with that, the first time somebody tried to check you, baby, they would have shut the hell up and they wouldn't have said nothing else. They
See,
wouldn't have said
what
nothing
you
else to you.
I went really because what you were supposed to say, girl, is, bitch, I'm here chasing my third or fourth professional endeavor. I've already conquered one or two. You bitches are chasing your first one. Bitch, stand the fuck down. So if my fashions and everything ain't together, bitch, this is my third or fourth profession that I'm
Right.
chasing. Bitch, you girls are still waiting on your first. See, that's how El Teddy would have drugged these whores with reckless abandon, because that's what I'm here for.
But
I'm
see,
here for you with
I
that. You
really
tell these
didn't
whores
want
that.
to. I didn't really want to indulge in my career because I make very good
You did
money.
that
It's
this
paid
week,
very
telling that
good.
man you had 2 degrees, and then he came at you talking about I have three. I mean, if he got it from DeVry or
Oh,
ICBT,
not
DC, or
ICBT.
Well, one of them
Stop
he
I
it.
don't
said
know
was
where
an
he got it from.
associate's degree.
Because he
One of them he
didn't get it
said was
from
an associate's
FAMU.
degree.
He didn't get it from
And I
FAMU.
like,
I do know that.
Oh, he didn't get. He
oh,
just attended FAMU and
Oh
didn't
my
graduate
God.
with a degree
Oh
from
my
FAMU.
God.
Please read the kids. Read down. I'm here
My,
for it. Please do tell. Do tell.
I do know he has one degree that he was the class of 2016 at Valdosta State, and it was a bachelor's. That's the only viable one that we could pull up. Associates really doesn't matter. That's like 60 credit hours.
I'm here for it. Here for it. Really be. You take back everything you said to me in the backstage. Take back everything you said to me in
okay.
the backstage.
I
Really
would
be.
just like to
I
say,
live, Sean. Wait a minute, Sean.
as
Please
a
clear the
person
air. Can
with
you say
no
that one more
dog in the
time?
fight, because I don't
I
have no degrees.
no 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 no.
This
No,
is
no, no.
funny to
When he
me.
tried to know, we're not knocking people with no degrees, but that
Yeah.
young man came out here like he had to turn it, and he ain't turned nothing. I went to Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Baby, you did one semester, went to Gibbs Hall, got bussed down from the first floor to the sixth floor of Gibbs Hall, and never
Mm.
graduated. But now you claiming FAMU. Girl, you better fall back. Oh, girl, you better fall.
Uh-uh.
Please reiterate that that young man did not get any
fine.
any
You are.
documentation or paperwork
I'm like,
from Florida
I'm gonna lay
A&M.
down Jesus on my
And you
fuck.
know, you can see that in the registrar's book because you know that it's public record,
Ooh,
not there.
I
No.
went to Hogwarts School of Bitchcraft and Wizardry, and I was
Oh,
just like,
Yeah. So
oh,
yeah.
oh, oh,
ooh,
oh,
Jesus,
dear
oh
God.
baby, God.
Please,
Ooh,
Lord,
fine.
help me, please.
Oh,
Oh,
John,
oh,
John is
listen,
continuing with the reads he
wait,
started
where's my
last night.
fan?
He is rare and rare form. He is
Girl,
ready
where's
to
my fan?
go.
I'm
Sean,
trying.
you
My God, on today.
It's too hot.
you
Girl.
George Sloan little shade up in the day. funny.
Girl, lay the kids out. Please lay
Hey,
them out.
everybody,
Please lay them out.
Dr. Sophie, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey.
Girl, lay these toes out.
Janae,
Lay them out.
little baby said that she knew he was lying. Her school, because little baby who's my mom, all of
And
our
little baby
moms,
with the
that
family.
she is faithful. Yeah, she would tell you. She said she knew he was lying on her school.
Right. Because,
So,
Albany State
okay,
is an hour away from, yeah.
Okay. So, did you Google him? I mean, did you Google the man?
Oh, I did. That's how I was able to find some things about him. And
Okay.
I definitely knew when he was saying, we are in close proximity. He was like, yeah, I went to FAMU. I'm like, okay, FAMU. So I have plenty of friends that went to FAMU. Albany State and FAMU is very close in proximity. So did a little research. They're like, alumni where? Like, no.
Well, he
And
did
Because
invite you to Google. He did
yeah.
invite you to Google
he
him.
did say Google him. He did, and he did start off by saying, "I got my AA." Now, people who are degreed and credentialed, you never mention an AA. I've never met anybody who is degreed and credentialed that say, "Bitch, I got my AA." Because everybody who's degreed is gonna look at you like, "What, girl,
And
what?"
one thing about family pride is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You see my marching
you
behind.
would have your
See my.
graduation pictures, your cap and gown. You are going to be FAMU to the fullest nine. And the fact that you don't have that, that's how I knew that no, you weren't an alumni out there. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So let's get into. We might as well start. Let's go back to the beginning because we're gonna get to last episode. Because last night's episode that was definitely I feel like a turning point for you as far as what you're showing the girls. I think you were being really nice, and then last night you had to I guess let them know maybe you don't know me like you think you know me. Rewind a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning. It seems like from the beginning you and Jeff did not
Mhm.
hit it off. And even when you
And
tried to have a little sit down, you were being real shady. I had
You
to
were.
say that, Sean. So what was all that about?
so let me give y'all a little dialogue on that, right? So with Jet Jeff, when I first met Jet Jeff, I embraced him openly. I did not say anything about the photo shoots or anything about him yet, because I still was getting to know him. But I was like, oh, this is, something new, and I'm willing to, open, embrace it. And things didn't really take a turn. It didn't take a turn until we went to the September to Remember party. And although it may seem like I came at Jeff a little bit abrasive when I said, can you rap for this? Well, the only reason why I said that was again because Jeff, he was like, at the photo shoot, he actually said, "Oh, I don't rap for free." Because me and Trey, we was just like, we getting to know you, and you asking me, about whatever my fashion or whatever. I'm like, okay, you're a rapper. I just want to hear like what type of rap you do, whether it's reggaeton. I didn't know what type of rap he did because I didn't look on his Instagram to see what he got. I didn't do that. I just wanted to do a first physical face to face first impression. He did. So when he was like, "Oh, I look at your social media and you're not, showing me fashion blogger." I said, well, if or my fashions or whatever. And I was like, well, even if I don't give you fashion blogging on my Instagram, you see, I am more traveled and more indulged than you could ever be right now in your omnipresent life. So do not ever,
Omnipresent life.
say what I do. Like, that's why I was so confused. And that's why I asked him, I said, well, since we have an audience, can you rap for us? But Jeff, he is the one that's gonna throw a rock off camera and then come like, well, I'm just coming on this safe space. Cause even at the when I was looking like the mean green giant, Jeff still was saying stuff behind my back. He was still saying stuff behind my back. So when I came in, I'm like, Jeff, you want to mend and reconcile this, but you at the studio talking about me. Even on the song, the little diss song, he wrote a little track in there. If y'all peeped it, he said something then, and he thought it was so funny, like, like, oh my gosh, this is just how I feel at the moment. But the thing is, we still haven't gotten over the main part of why are we, going back and forth, which we didn't have to go back and forth because I said if you had a comment or a suggestion, you could have had asked me and I would have had let you know instead of you going to Trey Howard, instead of you going to Astro and Kesey and voicing your opinion about me because I didn't go on your Instagram looking at what award you won. Like a person that gave you an award, that's not even like a credible recording academy. Like, what?
Can I say something? Let me be.
Oh.
You don't know me well enough yet to know what I'm going to say is real, but my people in the chat and Abby and El Teddy know me to know this. Now that I'm getting to know your personality, your reads are hitting different for me now. Now that I'm getting, because that hit just now, what you just said, it hit totally different than when you said it on the episode. When you said it's not even a real recording academy, it hit different. Girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Because she said that because. And now that we. And I think knowing your background and knowing where, how you come from education and stuff like that, educators know educators read because our reads are layered. It's not for the people who just fish on the surface level. When we give a good read, baby, it's very layered. Baby, you got to go 4, 5, 6 layers down to get the good read that we gonna hand you. The people that ain't got it all there, they're gonna be like, oh, that didn't land, not knowing that it was above your pay grade. It was above your intellectual level. You're still a double-digit IQ score, and the rest of us who are above 130, we're reading you.
Right. But and I know that me and Jeff got up on the wrong foot. And like one thing anybody can say, I talk whatever I talk about a person, but I still show up and I still support and I still gave them all, of me as a friendship or, amongst this group. And that's one thing that no one can ever say that I didn't show up for them. I didn't, show my support to you. Like, hell, I even bought the song. I paid my $129. So you still got your dollar, Jet.
I'm not doing this with y'all today. No, I'm not doing this with y'all today.
So
okay, so
all right. Okay. Go ahead, Abby. Go ahead, Boo. Go ahead.
Because I was finna fast forward. Can we get to Sir Fakes a lot? Who told you that the boy was trying to make up storylines? And
that was
where
my
did you
question.
get that tea from? That's
Thank you, Abby. Who told you that? Who gave you that tea?
Because y'all know I got to the colors party late, and so I was like, what in the hell is going on? I just spent all this money on this basket or whatever, and they was like, well, this is what happened, and I forgot who came to me originally and told me, but I do know it was a few people that came up to me to definitely fact check that story.
No, she's asking who told you that Ted Lee was supposed to throw a drink on DeAndre because that was supposed to be some made up storyline. Who told you that? Because that never happened. And we want to know who told you that.
Well, I did talk to Kiki, and I did talk to Trey during the colors after whatever happened at the colors party, and they did explain that. And then I asked Ted Lee about it, and it was very like, because it was so much going on at that time. So I said, you know what, I'll table it for today, but I will, bring it back up to see where did this come from.
And you did.
So what you're saying is multiple people knew, meaning Kiki and Trey knew that was supposed to be a planned storyline of Ted Lee throwing the drink on DeAndre.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But actually, I don't
Nice
think
to
it was
him.
due until after the colors arrangement had happened. So I think that's what it was.
but my thing, hey Jeff, my thing is you saying that, and I'm gonna be brutally honest. As a reviewer, it makes me call into question almost everything because if you have multiple members of the cast that know that there's a planet storyline or something that's fictitious and made up. Now, me as a reviewer, I'm side eyeing anything that happens like now and say, wait a minute, is this real or is this made up? How many people in the cast knew about this? How real and credible can I take this? Because it just
Right.
seems inauthentic to me. And I don't fault you for that because you're on the cast, but it calls into question you and your credibility as a cast member and the rest of the members of the cast that we have to look at this and say, is this real or is this something that was staged?
No, you're absolutely correct. Because now, they'll be like, well, hey, did Son and Judge Jeff actually have a beef? Was it staged? Was it this? And I was just saying, instead of trying to, come off and be a villain or a mean person, because that was not my intention towards Jeff at all. I came with Jeff, being super humble and welcoming to him. So I didn't want to, be like, catty and super shady to him. That was not my first impression of coming in to do that to Jeff. No. So it's like with DeAndre and you now shifting from the first time you ever met Tedley, and you're like the first time you're going like crazy, and it's like now the second time you saying you gonna slap the man or whatever, and now the third time you saying I'm finna throw a drink. I'm like, well, hey, what is going on? Like, let's get to the bottom of this. What you like? Why are you here again? And you saying what? Like, yeah.
So let me ask you this. This is something that all of us and Jeff, you will be Jeff. I'm coming to you. You and somebody else is next on my list. So be on the lookout for my DM. We want to talk to you, boo. But what's up, T? T, let me know if you want to come up, boo. If you want to come up. That's my other little my baby boo, him and Scotty and anyway. So,
But I'm not the baby bro
do
because
you?
you're like 45 years older than me. I'm not the
Oh
baby
my
bro.
God, stop it. Amen. Okay. Breathe, Loretta. You
So
just
my question to you is, and I can't speak for somebody else, but and I know you can only speak up to this episode, but
Mhm.
from episodes 1 through 4, based on your interactions with DeAndre, do you feel like he came with an agenda, or do you think that it was an organic, oh my gosh, I think I can make this scene better? Or do you think he came with an agenda to create these things from the beginning? I mean, again, I know you can't for him, but I mean, just your opinion.
Right. Well, I mean, look at who his best friend is, and you know how his best friend likes to give it up. So I'm just saying, it's like if I'm looking at your best friend and I see how he gives it on his show, and I'm looking at you and I see what you're trying to do, it's like
Mm.
you're trying to be very orchestrated with things, but you're not calling no shots over here. I'm sorry because you have tried out for countless TV shows or web reality series or networks or subscriptions that you finally got your big one here today. But as I am on this platform highlighting my career, my upcoming business, and my personal life, and you think you're about to overshadow that with mess and filth and everything that is false
Oh,
just because you can get a big moment? Absolutely not. Save it for
well,
another
I
day.
need a
Or
drink.
don't have me in it.
Oh
baby,
God, I need a drink.
we throwing hits to everybody. Everybody get the shot, baby.
Sean,
I
you,
expected.
I'm expecting this.
Yes,
Wait.
yes, yes.
We want
No,
to
I said everybody gets caught. We clearing everybody up in this piece.
Because it's the everybody's want to attack Dre. I came to Dre actually off camera and I said, "Hey Dre, after the whole color party ordeal, I was like, I'm not saying you're right or wrong in this situation because I wasn't here, but I believe that as a person, it's a lot of us on this damn cast. You could have did your big one without all of us being here, and that would have been perfectly fine. But the fact that we have busy schedules and you are taking time out of our schedules to, sit right here and play Ring Around with Rosie or, playground fight, because at your grown adult age, instead of you focusing on your career and your goals of opening your your club, or, you serving peanuts and water in the sky, you want to fight. We're grown adults. And someone with multiple degrees knows the risk that they would be taking by doing that. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to sit right here and be super belligerent and fight. Now, although I am from the west side of Atlanta, so don't let it fool you because we can get there. But I also know what I am putting on the line and what I am losing more than I'm gaining by doing that. So I said, I'm looking at you, funny, because you're saying you're so degreed and so well off and all of these high, prestigious things, but you're not giving us that. You're not showing me that. You're saying it, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm mad that you said that man serving peanuts and water to give a dig at him being a flight attendant. I'm not doing this with
Amen. Well, we don't even. Amen. Okay. Wow. Well, God, I don't even have my shade.
And it's with love, and I say it with love because you see the energy he's been giving me in the green screens from episode 1 has been off. When I have been welcoming and embracing him, and I haven't seen anything about him in the green screen until this episode. So it's showing the people that you already have a beef with me. You really giving up your story already, but you want to be such this big star. You already telling the fans that you have a problem with everybody on episode 1. How did it make you look? Not professional.
Yeah.
My God.
I mean, it does seem like he has a problem with everybody. It is a lot. Like it's a lot. I mean, from his first scene, it really has been like I don't want to make this about him. But we know last night y'all got into it, so that's kind of why we're talking about it. You did confront him, which I can appreciate because somebody in the comments, Soulful Dog, who's a super fan. Oh, we lost him.
I'm dead. Somebody calling me.
It's okay. Soulful Dog, who I would call him a super fan, not in a bad way, but he definitely supports the Chasing brand. He made a comment about breaking the fourth wall. And I do feel like that scene last night was breaking the fourth wall, but I think it was needed because I think this, going back to what El Teddy just said, it sort of helps solidify the authenticity of it with you saying, listen, I heard that you're trying to fabricate a storyline. What's good? Like, what's the situation? We can't do that, and that's not what I'm here for. That's not what the rest of us are here for. So I felt like that was a needed moment, even though it sort of breakful. Because again, as reviewers, if we had found out after the fact that all of that was just fabricated and fake, you're right. We would have questioned the whole season, and so okay, so
listen, we would have drug everybody.
Yeah, so we saw that y'all had that moment last night. Do you feel like, and you can be honest, I mean, as much as you're comfortable with being, were the comments and stuff sort of getting to you? Because you were getting it. You were getting it a lot the first couple of weeks with the fashion blog and reads that people felt like weren't reading. Were you kind of feeling it a little bit?
No, I wasn't feeling it about the fashion sense because, like I said, everybody have different fashion moments, and You know, I just know what I can do on my end, and I know how some people are making comments, but some of these people aren't even shopping in the places I'm shopping in. I'm just being honest. So I really didn't care about that. The only thing that was hitting me was when people was trying to, attack my skin. I'm like, look at my skin. Like nothing is wrong with my skin. There's definitely, like probably a lighting or like a camera thing because of I was sitting not in a good lighting space for my skin complexion. And for people to say ashy skin, I never been ashy. Like I don't play about that. And just a little bit of body shaming. Now I know I did attack Dre for him being big last night, and I didn't do it just because I did it in a more combative way, and I don't like to body shame anyone because I'm a big guy myself.
Well,
But
he
I
didn't
am,
talk
but
about your
when
hairline, though. He
like
talked
yeah,
about
like
your hairline, and then you responded about his body. So I just feel
yeah,
like y'all in combat. That's
yeah.
different. Y'all were in combat.
When
And
you're in
the
the
thing,
octagon, everything's on the table, baby.
right, and everything is right. And like I was telling him, I'm like, one thing about it, like when it comes to a stomach, I don't put my stomach over my pants. I don't have to. My stomach is flat. Now the only thing you might be talking about is my chest because I have gynecomastia. I've been having that since a kid. So like I would be thin and I would just have male boobs. Like I just will always have that. So that's just something I always did. I can always, get it surgically removed or whatever, but clearly it's not a problem. The niggas love it. So I really don't care.
I
So
know that's
yeah.
right. I know that's
Your
right. Okay,
rebound.
so do you feel like last night was a turning point for, I don't want to say character because it's a reality show, but do you feel like it was a turning point for you last night? I saw you got a lot of positive comments in the after show and people in the chat during the show. So do you feel like it was sort of a turning point for you last night on the episode?
I'm just glad that people are now seeing where I'm coming from now because the same energy I gave Dre, I was really trying to give just the same energy because because he was coming at me a little bit different. See now Dre didn't come at me in a way like we did Jeff. I just wanted Dre to hold himself accountable for the actions that he portrayed to us. And Dre was not willing to do that. He was like, why do I have to apologize to y'all? Who are y'all? Y'all are beneath me. I'm the star. Get with the program or get off the ship type thing. And I said, oh, no, 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 no. You can get you a first class flight back to Gwinnett County before you think you're going to run anything
But
over
wait a
here.
minute. Gwinnett County is considered Atlanta. I remember that read from last night. And to me, I was like, now Gwinnett County, they do kind of consider that it's like 5 counties that Atlanta consumes. It's
The
Cobb,
metro,
Fulton,
yes.
So
Clayton, DeKalb.
The metro
mm-mm,
Atlanta area. He is a part of
and
the
I'm
metro Atlanta area, but he is not from Atlanta, Georgia.
mm,
And he's still not from
see,
Atlanta, Georgia. Because
and
he's from
I
Ohio.
I understand that because that's what I keep trying to tell y'all about being up here in the DC area. When people say I'm from DC and then you ask them where and they start talking about places in PG County, you're not from DC. You are from PG County. So when
And
people
really
say
be, I'm with
I'm from
you.
DC, oh, I live in
That's just
Bethesda.
like
No,
when
no, no,
people
no.
say they from That's just like when people say they from Miami, but then they be like, I'll be like, well, where you from? Oh, I'm from Miramar. I'm from Pembroke Pines. Bitch, you're not from Miami. You're from a whole nother county over, baby. Pembroke Pines, Miramar, all that. That's not Miami, sweetie, doll baby. So I kind of get that. I get that whole situation. Like people be real territorial by their area.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I know for me, it comes from and maybe I don't want to speak for Sean, but you grew up in Atlanta, and so maybe this is. I know for me, part of the reason why it bothers me so much is because those would be the same people that when I was growing up here and I was in, you ain't want to be associated
Want to
with
claim it
DC. Oh, DC,
exactly? They don't want
yeah,
to claim it exactly.
right. But then when you get out of the area and you want some street cred, now you
Hmm.
from DC. No, no, no. You from
No, it's
Montgomery
the same way.
County.
Really be
You
it's
come
the
to
same way
Montgomery
everywhere.
County.
It's the
Right.
same way everywhere because those same people who I talked about when we in South Florida, they don't want to claim Miami. But as soon as we leave the greater South Florida area, they want to claim, oh, I'm
Mhm.
from Miami. And no, you're not from Miami. Stay where you were from. When we were back in South Florida, you didn't want to be part of us. You stay over there where you was. And be
Right.
part of us now.
And that's the thing. Everybody wants to say I'm from Atlanta because Atlanta have this negative connotation that we are messy, that we are shit starters, that we are going to be the readers and the gatherers, the villains, and the etc. And that's not all Atlanta has to offer. Atlanta has some young bosses, some young entrepreneurs that are flourishing, that is heavily networked and connected, and they don't have to portray these personas or things like that. And even though on the show I do give off, some of, the reading and the shade and all of that, but in the real career field, I am heavily decorated. And, I'm so thankful for this, platform and for me to be on it and for people to see and, get a little and to know a little bit more about me. But I don't even have to be on here. And the checks is still going to be signed.
Come on,
And by
decorate.
the time I'm 30, I will be making six figures without a business. So,
Come on, six figures. Let me hold
Can I
$50.
ask you a
Okay, so
question?
wait.
So are you,
I would like to
go
rewind for
ahead,
a
Abby. Go ahead,
second.
boo. Go ahead.
As you know, as the only non-degree person on the panel, I'm a little slow and it take me to, and I think I just had a light bulb moment because I could have sworn you just said you see his best friend on the show and how he be acting. So you just know how he was going to act. Now, his best friend is Oliver Twixt. I
Oh,
mean,
we all call it.
was that a little light shade for the Twixt
and
as
no, it's
well?
not. It is not like shade for tweaks because, he's doing what he's doing and he's doing it well and it's working for him. And one thing that I can say about Mr. Twix is a Morehouse man, so he's gonna always do something about if it don't make dollars, it ain't gonna make sense for him. And he gonna make sure he making his dollars. So it's gonna make plenty of sense. So Mr. Twix is doing what he's doing and he's doing well and he's making a check by everything that he's doing. So I would never discredit Mr. Twix for what he's doing, but I do know what Mr. Twix gives on his other shows, and I guess Dre thought that he could possibly squeeze in and do somewhat of the same caliber in Dallas, and that's just not there.
Hmm?
And he ain't doing what all. He's not doing the way Oliver does it. Like,
Mm-mm,
yeah, yeah,
mm-mm,
yeah.
not at
I
all.
get it. I got it.
I have a question.
So are
Hmm.
you?
So
Go
this
ahead. I'm sorry.
this is a show. We're in the fourth season of Chasing Dallas. We have some people, namely uh, Dior, Trey Howard, and I guess I'll throw Robert in there because he was in there last season. That you've been able to watch. What's different about being on the cast and seeing and interacting these people than it was when you were just maybe a viewer
Hmm.
and what you saw of them? What has anything changed about what you think of them now that you're actively engaged in the show and interacting with them than what it was when you were a viewer?
Nothing really has changed because being very transparent, this I didn't watch Chasing Dallas until I got casted. So I did my research until once I got casted. So I had to watch it just to get a feel for who might be coming on the show or, just the personalities. And so when I watched it and I saw Trey, I'm like, okay, I definitely understand. Trey is very strategic. I understand where he's going. So I knew that with this season, Trey was going to be very tunnel vision with his, business and his styling and everything. And I already knew that fresh out the gate. With Dior and Robert, I really didn't know how, we would probably, connect or mesh because, they are the two, older ones of the group. So I kind of just would expect just to be really getting advice from both of them and just getting more of a networking opportunity because they have been in Dallas for a great minute. And I'm just like, hey, I'm new to Dallas. Y'all been here. I would definitely love to, network with you guys, see what y'all know, and just kind of take me under your wing a little bit, just so I can, get a little bit more exposure throughout Dallas and just network. But all of them are fantastic, and I love each and every last one of them.
Okay.
Oh, so So, overall, has been a great experience for you, like up until this point. Are you glad you did it? Overall, you like it's what I thought it was, or I'm glad I took this chance.
Overall, this has been a amazing experience. Each and every day, I give God the glory and thanks for just putting me on this platform, and I just know that it's going to be even greater from here. Whether it's from my actual career, which is education, or it's my fashion blog, or my shades, or whatever the case may be. I just know that it's definitely going to take me somewhere doing something that I truly love. So I'm so happy for that. And I'm thankful for just networking with, the cast. It's a talented cast. Some of these people have poured their heart into their passions and their careers and their music careers and everything. And just seeing that, it really drove me to, pursue a passion that's something I am interested in, and just really diving more into that. So I definitely can say, if I was to come back next season, you would be seeing everything, like really you'll see more personal Sean, and definitely the fashion blog and working towards that.
We appreciate someone whose second career is something that they can dive into, and your first career is real credible, because a lot of these girls, their first career is Walmart and CVS, and cashier down to the
Right.
local Walgreens and things like that. And that's girl, that is okay. Let me ask you this, because and this is me, one black gay male talking to another.
Hmm.
When you watched episode 3 with
Oh.
the fight and all of the carrying on,
Mhm.
what are your opinions about the fight itself? Because I had
Um,
some real harsh words about the fight, them showing the fight, just like I did back in season
when
2 when
they
we had the Trey Womack fight and all of that carrying on. I had some harsh words then. What are
and
your thoughts about it? Because we know for black gay males, the Chasing Reality brand is one of the top premier, preeminent, platforms for black gay men, authentically black gay men in this arena. So, what are your true thoughts about? Okay, you're on this platform, and that being probably one of the seminal moments in the season.
um, thank you so much for asking me that, because every time I think about it, and that's why I approached Dre off camera, because I was like, this is not what I want our season to be looking like. We have some really good people here that is really decorated off camera, and really have people that are sitting on boards in these LGBTQ spaces. They could get some of these musical artists, on their platform, and funding and booking gigs and stuff like that. And if they watch the show and they see that particular episode, they'd be like, cut it off. Like, no, I don't want to see that. That's mess. I don't want to work with Astro because he over here doing this, or I don't want to work with Jeff because, like, no, like, absolutely not. So I was like hurt, because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, like, like, what are you doing? Like, if you say you have all of these degrees and you're so educated, use your words, like, communicate. Like, if you're going to be vindictive and, invite guests to a non-invited guest party or whatever you may say, be strategic about it in a way that is not coming off super malicious or super strategic to a point where you're getting a storyline so you can have more screen time. Like, use your words, because that did it from the looks of it. Because I watched it as you guys watched it, because I was downstairs knocking on the door and trying to get in, and when I saw it, I'm like, Kesey didn't look like the aggressor from when he came in. And even if you want to break it down piece by piece, Drake had somewhat of a hidden agenda, kind of with Dior, because it's like he came at Dior out the gate like, "What you say? Why you this?" Yeah, and Dior was like, "One more time, because I'm not doing this for the cameras. We can get down however you want to get down." Because I'm looking at your body language and I'm like, oh, he ain't gonna play with him. So he paid it, and then that's right when Kesey walked in, and now you want to, do it more and more and more and build it up. and only so much that a black gay man can take in that, you know, space in the heat of the moment, that they don't know what else to do after that. And then when you are approaching him, somebody that's from East Texas, when all they did was roll around in the mud and, you know, fight for fun, you already know what they finna be on. Like, come on now. They ain't finna sit right here and restrain you. They finna let you know. So
Well, yeah.
It's so funny you say that because people were in my comment section, but I had to tell people, being a black gay male, you've been combative and on edge and ready to fight from inception. Every time, from the time you've grown up, you've always had to be on the defensive and ready to fight, be a fight verbally and definitely fight physically, because
right,
people have always come at you with the, oh, it's go time, and you had to be ready on the drop of a dime to, throw bows, throw hands or whatever. So you've always been on the defensive. So a lot of times people will give us as black gay men a lot of flack for fighting, not knowing that that is how we've had to kind of, grow up in society, because we've always had to fight for just existing. So, but I don't like that that's proliferated and perpetuated on
especially
these
as grown
shows.
men.
There's so much more than that. So I'm glad you said that.
And I got a tongue lashing too, even by my classmates, and I know that I'm growing as well because I be labeled as someone that is just a reader and they're just gonna read you for filth, and that's the first thing they're gonna see when they think about me, because that's not me, that's not my personality. Now I do get down, and as y'all gonna see throughout the other episodes, it just get even lower with me, and I'm not proud of that. I don't take it in the laughing matter because that's not professional. That's not cool of me. So I don't want no one to see that. And it all strains from me always having to, be quick with my mouth and be quick with my tongue. And it's like in a point where I would be, a little bit oversensitive about some of the stuff that was said about me. Even with the cast on this season, some things had happened, and I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm maturing in that way. But hey, I'm 25, so I still have a lot of more growing to do, to someone that's 35 and 40 and whatever the case may be.
Who 40?
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
Oh Lord.
we appreciate
Well, El
we
Teddy's
appreciate your
60, so
maturity.
it's okay.
Don't do me, as I'll be forced to do you harder. I ain't said nothing. I've been sitting. I ain't said God. I was waiting. I knew you was gonna say something. I ain't say nothing.
But Sean, I could tell you are an educator, because when you said use your words, I said, "Yep, there you go." He said, "Use your words."
Listen,
That's the
No,
teacher
seriously.
mantra. Use your
When
words.
I look when I
Exactly.
look at Chasing Reality, I see it like this is like the Real Housewives with reality like franchise. Like this is top tier. You don't get no bigger than this unless you are on a national platform. So definitely use it and also show yourself in the best light that you want to. And although I do be labeled as this fashions no fashions blog, I love it. Like I think that's amazing. I might just make the segment of my blog on my fashion blog, fashions no fashion. I might just do that. That's funny. It's hilarious. Like I
There you
think
go.
stuff like
No
that.
fashions. There you go.
I
Okay,
love stuff like
so
You better
Sean, I'm gonna
publish it
ask
by
Really
today.
B. I'm gonna ask you to do one thing, and I'm gonna involve Really B in this. I'm going to ask you to categorize the cast and who you see it for and who you don't see it for. And I'm going to ask Really B to call the names of the cast members, and you will tell us who you see it for and who you don't see it for. Because we here, we
We
interviewing,
literally,
we don't get down to the nitty
we
gritty.
literally,
Are we going to talk about right now for
no, we
episode
not.
4
We
or
literally just had a whole
Oh, I'll ask if
conversation.
I could do this. Let's go down the cast. Who's on the cast? Dior.
we talking about episode 4 or right
No,
now?
we're talking about right now who you see it for and who you don't see it for. We start with Dior.
I see it for Dior.
Sean,
I
you don't
love
have to
Dior.
answer these questions.
Ray. I was Robert Ray.
I see it for Ray. I love Ray.
Trey.
I see it for Trey. I love Trey.
Okay. DeAndre.
I don't. Mm-mm.
Jet Jeff.
I see it for Jet. I love Jet.
Okay. Kiki.
I see it for Kiki. Hmm.
Astro.
Pretty much, I think I see it for everybody except for DeAndre.
Oh,
I knew that was
well,
coming.
there's that. We don't even need to go no further. There's that.
He said,
DeAndre, basically, you ain't shit.
And I'm talking about in real life. Like, I
No,
can't
no, no,
get
and
with
that's
it.
what I mean in real life. Like you've already taped the whole show. You know what's going to happen. So that's why I wanted to ask you now. You know everything before even we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So we want to know what you.
speaking of Robert Ray, I have a question because you were there in real time.
Hmm.
So, to me, watching from the outside in, it seems to me that there is a bigger issue with Robert Ray and Dior. Because it
Yeah.
feels like no matter what it is that y'all said about what happened with that situation down to the color party, Robert was going to make Dior wrong. And he
Mm-hmm.
was the okay. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not crazy. Because
And
You're
that's what
not.
it looked
no.
like to
maybe at
me.
that time, I was thinking the same way you was thinking. I
Okay.
said, it's something there, and ain't don't nobody want to talk about it. So me, I
Mhm.
was trying to pull it out of Robert. I'm like, so what is he? Because Dior told me that it wasn't that, and you telling me it's bigger than that. And Robert pretty much told me last night, look, this is not your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't come over here. And I was like, um, okay, I can respect that because that isn't my lane. But if I ask you an adult question, I would expect an adult answer. Don't beat around the bush with me. I'm not a kid in the candy store. You don't have to sit right here and tell me, don't get this candy because you're going to catch candies. No, come on, give it to me. Give me the real stuff. We are grown here.
Exactly.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that because Robert tried to make everything Dior, and I'm like, how did the fight? How was the Dior's fault? Drake got his ass up,
Well,
and apparently,
the same
according
thing.
to everybody, hit
Yeah.
Kesey first.
I thought the same
I
exact
my
thing.
review, but I've been saying that from the beginning. I've been saying that from the beginning. Even when he said it's because he didn't come to my event, I'm like, y'all been friends too long. Y'all
Right.
call
I
each
said
other
that too.
brothers. No way wrong that you this mad over him not coming to
One
one
event.
event. And so I knew
Mm-hmm.
it was deeper than that from the beginning. And
Yep.
I'm glad that we are starting to pull those layers back and
Yeah.
get to what it is. But you're right. Robert was still like last night, but and then when he was like Trey being fake, I'm well. I mean, I know Trey's being a little messy this season, but fake. I'm like, what is he doing? So I guess that's just gonna have to keep unfolding a story
And I
because
think and
there's
I think we
definitely
will
more
see
there.
that more as the season unpacks. Because I feel like a watcher too. With that particular storyline, I was a viewer. I did not know anything that was going on. So when people was like, everybody stirred the pot in this Dior and Kesey thing, I said, not me, because I didn't even know what was going on. And when I heard some things, I asked questions. I didn't assume. I asked before I assumed. So
And even with that situation, from episode what, all of my reviews, I've noted that Kesey have said every time, "Hey, I'm single. Hey, I ain't got nobody on me. Hey, I ain't with nobody." Kesey has been very open and honest about, I ain't with nobody. I'm single. I ain't talking to no damn body. I might be blowing Dior's back out. I might be, impregnating his throat cavity. But baby, we ain't together. I'm single. So, it's just like,
right.
I don't know.
But I
I don't
can say
know.
Dior expressed it to me too at the photo shoot because I kind of assumed that Dior and Keith may have something going on too. But when I asked him, and Dior was like, "I'm single," I was like, "Well, you gotta help me help you because you know Dallas. I'm new to Dallas. Like, let's help each other in this way." And that's how I literally closed it there because I was like, both of them said they single. So, and shoot, I remember me, Dior, Keisha, we have us a good time. We really have fun. So, yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. I will say this. So, on a personal level, are you single currently?
Yes, on a personal level, I am. I'm still, dating, because right now I'm in Atlanta, so I be back and forth a little bit, and I'm so focused on my career. And one thing I could say that has been a real big challenge for me is because I am so young and I'm so established. It's so intimidating to other guys. Like they be like, "Look, you have all of this," and I'm like, "Right, I'm not asking for you to bring, that and more to the table, but you gotta be able to keep up with me because I'm constantly evolving and changing, and it's only for the better. I'm not getting worse. And if you can't, match my energy and just be my peace and really help me, and I help you, and we build one another, because I need a power person. I'm more like an alpha kind of guy. I don't like things to just be constricted and being super submissive. I'm not this type of person. Like I need reassurance. I need those things. And if you can't bring that to me, at whatever age you are, because I don't put an age on, who I'm dating, but if you can't at least come out as somewhat of established or, an alpha male that's a hustler like me, then I'll date you and I'll be like, I ain't feeling you. So,
Sean, I'm glad you said that. I know exactly what your experience, what you're going to. You're talking to somebody who had their doctorate at 27, at 28. Yeah, 28. So I know exactly what you're going through.
right.
We'll talk. We could talk backstage about all of that because the dynamics within the Black gay community and being where you are and that established. I remember being there, trying to find somebody that. Yeah, that's a whole conversation. That's
It
a
is.
whole conversation. We could talk about that. I'm glad you
Right.
El,
mentioned that though, because that
El
is a
Teddy,
problem.
El Teddy,
Mhm.
El Teddy. It's not about
Ooh.
It's never about me. I offered to talk to Sean.
But
You
I can
injected
say,
yourself, ma'am. Stay out of
if
this.
y'all are in Dallas and Atlanta and y'all like what y'all see or y'all feeling the vibe or y'all just want to take me shopping, y'all can just hit me up in the DM.
listen.
So,
You say
Sean.
you
Oh, that's fine.
So
shopping. I was gonna
if
say,
you're dating,
hold on, hold on, El Teddy. I can't afford to shopping, Sean. But what I was gonna say is the next time you hanging out at Neiman's with your personal shopper, can you let me come along? That's what I was gonna say.
absolutely, some of my real good friends, they work in Neiman's and Saks and stuff. So like when my friends started, they're like, "Why are they playing on you?" Like I really shouldn't call them, but yes, we can come, we can go, because Neiman's they have a little bar. They also have complimentary champagne, and when you shop with them, they gonna make sure that you are drunk and you get on your card and you just what you want. So yes, let's do it. And you know what? I'm actually gonna show. I'm gonna show one of those episodes because I should have showed that, but I didn't because I'm like I don't want people to feel like I'm feeling myself, but I'll do it actually. Hmm.
Sean, I'm gonna hit you up. My child is
Yeah,
in
you
town this weekend in Atlanta. He's a
Okay.
fashionista. He would love to go hang out with all of them things. So I'm gonna hit you up. We'll probably have to
Yes,
do that
please.
tomorrow or
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes,
That
yes,
big
let's do
loves to
it.
shop. That's his whole deal. But for the people that may be watching and may say, I want some parts of Sean, you know how the gay world works. You know how it works. You got to tell the girls how you get down. You know how that works.
Right.
You got to what the girls want to know if they're interested in the Sean. How does it
Well,
go down?
I'm a grown man for sure, so I don't just do top or bottom. I like both. I believe
So
that,
he versed. He
yeah.
versed for y'all asking. He versed. He's willing to play offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah.
If you want
Hmm.
to know,
Yeah.
baby, he got the back, the front, and everything in between. For all of the people that want
I'm
to know,
glad.
yeah.
that's for the people that wanted
We
to
got
know.
it. We know. We know.
Wow.
I'm trying to help out
So
Sean.
Sean,
This ain't
dramatic for
about
I
no
want
me.
to thank you
reason.
for being.
Thank you for
Thank
being a
y'all.
good sport. We're a lot, so I
Look, and
appreciate
I
it.
love y'all, and I love all the other bloggers out there too. Continue giving me
We
that,
are.
hard criticism. I'm telling you, if this season you didn't really like the fashions, no fashion, I'm gonna step it up for the reunion because, hint, I'm not gonna do one outfit. I'm gonna do two. So I give you two things to talk about.
Come on, two outfits. Listen.
Come on, multiple outfits.
Okay.
So
Yes. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Again, you hung out with us twice this week, and so I appreciate your time. Hopefully, you
Thank
and
you
El
so much.
link up. And when I'm in Dallas, we definitely gonna check you out and again, I just want to thank you so much. Any final words? Your Instagram, whatever people can follow. Any final words?
yes, if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on my social media platforms at Sean Lord Lorde. And for the Fashions No Fashions blog, I will be having a site going live on March 30th, right after the episode of Chasing Galleys. So you will be able to see the blog. I also will have some merch on there, and the Fashion Bible will be coming soon in the summertime.
Come on, fashion Bible.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Fashion Bible.
Well, we are ready. All right, Sean, we get ready to go ahead and get. Niecy said y'all are definitely alive. Traumatizing my niece. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. We are
Oh,
getting ready to get out of here. Thank you guys for
easy.
being here in the chat. What? Niecy said
Niecy know
y'all
how we
alive.
get down. She know how we get down. She needs to act like that. Okay.
It takes a lot to know a lot. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
Friend.
Tracy put
all
his
right. I'm hitting the
Instagram in
button.
the chat. Tracy put his
She did.
Instagram
She
in the
put his
chat.
Instagram in the chat.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. So y'all go follow Sean over on his Instagram. And we will definitely be keeping an eye out on you as the season progresses. And thank you for being here. I'm going to hit the button now.